Jiminy Christmas.
In my ass.
I just banged your wife?
Name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascalz, and you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.
What's up, Impact Wrestling? Let's make some noise!
Sitting here, you guys got a 15-minute intro of putting yourselves over while I'm sitting here and watching J-Bone and Kaylon and you're 50. I never saw a 15-minute intro of three guys putting themselves over.
This is the good stuff.
Welcome back, everybody, to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, feature right here on the TNI Network. This is the Impact Plus Weekly. This is your end of the weekend wind down party. I guess not really much of a party. It's more of a wind down. The lights are low, at least at my place. You guys have your lights on bright. But hey, what's up, everybody? We're here to talk some Xplosion and some open forum. This is Trent Law and my co-host, J-Bo, Alicia, and Bill. What's going on, everybody? What's happening?
How's it going? Recovering.
Big news on the weekend. Bill and Alicia finally got to meet face to face this weekend, everybody. This was TNI family reunions.
Mask to mask.
Mask to mask.
Here we go.
Social distance.
Did you guys do like the elbow thing?
Elbows?
No, we just waved.
From a distance. Air high fives.
Air hug.
Very cool.
Air hugs.
You guys want to talk about where you were, where that all happened and everything? Just give us a little brief synopsis, Alicia. You want to tell us what happened, what the deal was?
Oh, yeah. We were at the ICW No Holds Barred Volume 5 show. Bill was there all weekend. I just went for the second show. But it was a good time. Third show. Bill got 3 shows.
Shit, Bill. Jesus. That's a lot of shows. Cool. And this was like, okay, so was it like, are you in your cars or is it like lawn chairs?
No. You guys were in your chairs. If you were in the first, I guess the original plan, I think, was 3 rows. They had chairs. If you were beyond that, it was bring your own chair, standing room only. But it was supposed to be Friday night, the first volume, Saturday night, the second volume. But due to weather, since it was an outside event, it got delayed, and then it got moved into a barn, and they did pit fighting on Friday night. So that was standing around pit fighter style. For
like the video game matches. Pit Fighter? I fucking love that.
Yeah, like getting into the manure and kind of fighting, pretty much. Go to the horse barn and just like kind of circling around there. People probably saw some clips of it online. It was craziness. And Saturday, the weather was a little ominous in the afternoon, so they were going to do both shows once again in that barn. But they did the noon show in the barn, which was the Friday night show. This time they had it set up at one end of the barn, and they did a couple rows of seats and then bring your own chair or standing room. But then they moved it for the night show to all outdoor.
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow. Sounds like it was. I mean, I saw some clips. I think I saw Alicia. I saw your clips. And I saw Schlack getting cut to shit.
They all did. It was pretty brutal.
A lot of mainly all death matches. Pretty brutal. It seems like they're getting the death match games getting upped. like getting a little crazier with light tubes and all kinds of weapons. So it's getting that extra level during the pandemic, it seems.
Yeah.
But,
It was wild time.
We're fucking sick. We got a pandemic going on. Here you are encouraging death matches and blood and shit. What the hell? What's going on with you guys,
it wasn't all death matches in blood. It wasn't all death matches in blood, but it was pretty close to it. Pretty close to it.
My boy Manser was there too. My good buddy.
Your boy
Manser.
Manser, obviously he has a connection with MLW right now, but if there was any guy this weekend that would be the easy transition, if ever available, to Impact Wrestling, Mance would be the perfect guy, I think. Obviously, he's for a guy that can do death matches, but also do a national TV product. He's shown he can do it, so he'd be a great fit. Another guy that seemed like he had beef with ICW, but he wound up appearing on this show is Chris Dickinson. He was also on the Impact Lucha Underground and an Impact AAA show in New York. So that's a guy that you may have seen watching Impact Wrestling.
I see him on Twitter all
Dirty
the time.
Daddy.
Yeah. The future Papa. The filthy father.
Jesus.
Filthy father.
What the hell's going on with YouTube, man? What
So if
happened?
you're looking
to you
for
guys?
some Impact ties, you have that. Iron Man ref was former Impact official, Kid ref, Chris Levin. He did all the matches both nights. So that's kind of your Impact connections. I don't think... Oh, yeah, he had a full night. I don't think there was any other ones because obviously a lot of deathmatch guys other than maybe Tony Deppen, who got a little from Hershey, PA. He got a little more hardcore than normal, but he's pretty much like not usually that kind of wrestler, but he was in there. But everybody else is pretty much a deathmatch type wrestler.
Known for being deathmatch wrestlers, yeah.
I hear Deppen's good. I hear
Deppen's great.
He can work a very
good character
standard style. He's done like the Battle of Los Angeles with PWG. I think he appeared for Ring of Honor. So he's starting to get his name out there more and more. So he's a guy to kind of maybe keep your eye on. He could be a guy you see in the future.
I was talking about bringing him to AAW too, and his name came up at some booking meetings, and I was like, I don't know much about him, but some of the guys were talking about him. So
book him.
Yeah, definitely a good thing. That's cool. I did hear one more thing. No Impact connection. Just real side note. Did New Jack and Nick Gage drive up and show up to the show yesterday?
I almost got hit by the car or the truck. Yes. Yes. I posted a video on my Twitter of the moment. But yeah, they rolled up. Nick Gage was in the back, and then he slapped the hood, and New Jack came rolling out of the car.
That's so fucking random. But it's like the two generation bookends of like death match, like insanity, dude, like gang, like straight up criminal gang death match guys.
Real deal guys, real deals. Yeah.
Wow. I do want to start off with another thing. I want to thank Slowpoke 33, aka Greg, for this amazing gift I got in the mail yesterday. Scumbag got one too. Jay, I don't think you've gotten yours yet.
I'm hoping mine shows up for the Tuesday show.
He reached out to us a while ago about like he's got something for us, and I got a replica suicide mask sent to me.
Yes, finally, it's official.
Straight up, like this is a full on suicide mask.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Dope. Does it fit on your head? Have you tried it on?
I FaceTimed my dad yesterday with it on. He was like, "What? What?" It's great. I'll put it on Tuesday. I'll save putting it on for Tuesday. But Scumbag got an amazing gift too. The Total Nonstop Scumbag World Championship. Like
that is amazing.
It's literally a belt. It's fucking nuts. So thank you, Slowpoke. To Greg, thank you. I'm mind blown. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, I got AC Romero's gimmick right here. If he ever wants it back.
Mine is Shark Boy. That's coming on Tuesday. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Shell, yeah.
Happy birthday to Scott Demore. That was his birthday yesterday, I believe, which is nice. Any other news bits? I don't think there was much else. You guys, your show, this
about an hour ago, we got breaking news
Oh,
that Kamala, the Ugandan legend,
Ugandan giant, man,
passed away.
Yeah, he died, man. He's been sick for a long time.
Yeah, he had a lot of amputation. He had a lot of health problems the last.
He lost both legs, I believe.
Close to a decade, I would say, like at least 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
He's had some problems, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, very sad. And he did it. He did make an Impact TNA appearance.
He did during the wedding, the Jay Lethal and SoCal Val wedding that was ruined by that son of a bitch Sanjay Dutt. And
that's crazy.
Wild times.
There was Kamala. I want to say Coco Beware, George the Animal Steel, and Jake the Snake Roberts all jumped in.
What a collection.
They were all the groomsmen. That was the best part. It's fucking incredible.
It was very reminiscent. Have you seen the film I Love You, Man, where they have like the most random collection of people as the groomsmen? Like that was the most random collection of individuals in wrestling.
It was looks like it was Slammiversary 08. Yes. Crazy. That was Slammiversary. That's but no, he was legendary wrestler. I mean, he came out during a time where people really thought this dude was a Ugandan savage. So
when he started in the WWF, he did the WWF on and off for like 10 plus years. Started in '84, did a run. This is like before like Hulkamania and everything. He did a run with Andre. There's footage I saw today shared where in '84 during his run with Andre, he actually body slammed Andre the Giant. So for all the people that were like, "Oh yeah, Hulk Hogan's the only one that did," no, there are others. There's
others.
I specifically remember him in it had to be like '87. He did a run with Hogan somewhere during the year. I was trying to look up like house show dates and stuff because I could have swore he came to the State Fair by me when I was little. I thought he had a match with Hillbilly Jim back at that time around WrestleMania 3 when all the midgets were running around too. All sorts of crazy stuff going on in the WWF back in the day. But man, he was one of the most. I mean, you couldn't have a gimmick like that today. You know, it just wouldn't fly with.
Yeah.
You know, but back then, man, I mean, his charisma and his character portrayal of that beast was just crazy. I love it.
You got to probably think that Congo Kong had some inspiration from
no doubt
from Kamala for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a big Memphis wrestling guy. Kamala was developed in Memphis. It's continental territory with Jerry Jarrett, which is there's your TNA connection. Jerry Jarrett and Jerry Lawler, and they developed that. And like just remember, you're thinking 1982 was when this debuted, and it's like, I mean, look, this guy kept kayfabe. Like he'd go around not speaking in English in public and shit like that. So it's pretty awesome, man. But definitely hard times towards the end of his life. I know he wrote a book before he died. There was like a GoFundMe and a book or a Kickstarter and stuff. So I heard the book's actually pretty good. I didn't get a chance to read it, but definitely give that a read if you guys are into wrestling books. There's so many now that I just like fell behind, but that's a good one to check out. But yeah, rest in peace, Kamala, man. He was part of the childhood for sure. Definitely grew up seeing this guy. But all right, guys, let's get into it. Let's jump into Xplosion. Then we'll talk in the little open forum. We had a tag team match. That was a featured match this week. It was the Rascalz taking on Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. You know what? Look at this match. I don't know about you guys. It started off kind of boring, actually. Like it was kind of slow. I was like, I'm not really doing much. They're kind of taking it easy because it's Xplosion. And then by like the 4th or 5th minute, like minute 5, it totally kicks in. And I was like, holy shit, there was like spots. And I'm like, oh man, there's all sorts of shit going on. So definitely one of those, like, I didn't see that build coming, and it definitely ended up becoming something. And I was actually really impressed. The match was a lot of fun towards
and the Rascalz looked really good in this, but I think we all kind of knew where this was going to go based on the storylines. But obviously the Rascalz controlled that match for nearly the whole thing until obviously Wentz and Madman get outside and we see what happens with Dez, and you get Ace kind of using his tactics, feet on the rope, rolls him off, feet on the rope, toll. Never noticed the foot of the rope on the ropes in his life. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was pretty Pretty.
This guy.
It's a decent amount. There you go. Ace Austin 369.
There you go.
Why the 3?
Well, it's still the play on the. I think initially was it in Vegas? Was it 3 or was it 469? I think he had to switch it around a little bit.
Francine was Francine 469.
Yeah,
which is
so
all like, oh shit, the 90s. but the 36, maybe they did. I could have sworn his originally was 4, and they might have bumped it down.
I think
to
it
3.
was, but I think he had to go down to 3.
Okay.
People with the Austin gimmick a little bit, but
yeah. Oh, I could. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it though. Alicia, I thought it was a good match. I mean, they're keeping these two strong, Ace and Fulton, obviously,
for obvious reasons. Yeah, for their ongoing feud.
The expense of the Rascals. That's my only problem. It's like, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we gonna do at this point? Apparently there's a reason for it.
They were actually in town here. There was a show here. Warrior Wrestling ran on Friday at a football field because it runs at a Catholic high school, and the promoter, like the school, is the promoter. It's all showcase matches and stuff. And it was I forgot who they took. There was a 6-man, but all 3 of them were there, so they were definitely in town. And but I feel like we're not like the indie Rascals are completely different than the TV Rascals.
Nice. You're coming back. You're slowing down, Trent.
Am I coming back? Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say like the indie Rascals are totally different than the TV Rascals, and we don't get to get those those bomb ass indie matches those guys do, like the spots and flying over the fucking place and going nuts. We don't get all that on TV because they're not featured enough outside of like the Treehouse and shit. I'm like, damn it. I don't know, man. I'm real worried about my Rascals right now. I don't know what's going on with them. Especially because trade it when it's not anniversary either. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Bill, fucking help me out here. Do something.
They're okay. They're okay. The Rascals they're in a safe place right now. They're in a safe place.
A safe space.
Yeah, safe space for the Rascals. The Treehouse is a very safe space for the Rascals.
The Treehouse is safe space.
Right now, I think that they got on Xplosion. Not a bad thing. They're getting featured. Obviously, there's only the one match a week. And remember, I told you it was like the Man Fulton show previously.
Yeah.
Obviously, it continues to be the Man Fulton show. But being featured in there, obviously,
true.
We're going to see the Good Brothers later. That's not a bad space to be, especially because you don't want them to keep losing on the Tuesday show. So if you don't have something for them yet, it's better maybe to do segments to Treehouse. I think everybody's kind of in agreement. They wouldn't have been in a bad spot to maybe do the Wrestle House. Obviously, they weren't. So I think we're going to see more plans for them. Maybe it's a featured feud within that Good Brothers, Ace and Madman scenario. So they might be right at the top of the cards. So we'll see. But I don't think I think you're going to see them. Like I think they're going to be up there with the North, the Good Brothers, the Rascals. I think they're all going to be there together. So I think they have and obviously Motor City. So I think you're going to see them. That they might have that match with Motor City in the next month. There's some great matches that are on the table for them. So I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised at the Rascals 4 to 5 weeks from now.
I'm hoping. By the way, Jay, this comment is directed at both of you and Alicia here. There's a
I just saw that. That is great. That is tremendous.
Cat fight at Bound for Glory. The winner takes the lollipop trophy. Amazing. How about
KL's cat? Gets no respect.
I think KL's a deadbeat father to that cat. Like we see it once every like 6 shows. And I'm like, what happens to it on the other shows that we don't see it at? Like, it's just locked in a cage. Like he'll pull it out like once every 6 shows. I'm like, dude, where is that cat in between everything else? I don't trust another living thing in the care of Kyle. I really don't.
We'll be wearing the scumbag title of the cat.
Yeah, seriously. I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping. Honestly, Guns and Rascals is the match to me. That's the match. That's the fucking title match. Jay, what do you think, man? I think that's you want a feature ass title switch bomb tag team match. You give them 20 minutes to just go tear it the fuck up. There you go.
I tell you what I also want to see, and I noticed it during this Rascalz versus Austin / Fulton match.
Yeah.
I would, this is kind of I guess you'd say like my own little fantasy booking. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I want to see a full-on Iron Man match between Wentz and Ace Austin. I feel like those two could just absolutely, because we saw it. They were countering each other. It was so much fun. And I'm like, oh, I want to see more of this. Those two could go absolutely nuts on each other. I want to.
Because Wentz is MMA trained too. I know that. Like he used to do MMA, and he's like he can fight. Like, didn't he do GCW?
He did. Yeah, he did the Bloodsport first.
Yeah,
he was the opening match in Bloodsport, and like so. Yeah, he did like the no ropes, he did that type of match. He did another GCW show. He did the death match down in AC. But I think that was a one-off for him. He even said so after it. It's like, well, I'm done. Done doing death matches.
One and done, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, do you two hang out in Atlantic City after these shows are done? Like the Atlantic City shows? Like, do you guys go like the casinos and shit too?
Well,
I guess are they open right now?
There's not a lot to do right there right now. In the past, they've done stuff like that. But right now, there's like one kind of bar sort of open there. But I think only a few people really came to it. Like, it's a different time for like any type of socializing after shows.
Right. That the whole pandemic aspect slipped my fucking mind clearly. Well, you guys hanging out in the casino afterwards? Like, oh yeah, it's kind of a pandemic. Shit's not open. Oh yeah. Well, there's like this odd sense of normalcy when there's wrestling going on.
You're not wrong. Like there is kind of some of that. It kind of you get that little bit of normalcy, and then like you almost got to control it because like I won't. I'll be honest with everyone. Like obviously. You're at that show there, you see people not wearing masks at times, and it's like you gotta call it out. I think at one time I was on the one side of the ring and I was yelling across at the other guy. I'm like, put on your fucking mask.
Yeah.
Shit. So
I think it looks cool at shows wearing masks, to be honest. I think we all look like, like a gang or something. It's kind of fun. It's like it gives it an underground feel, is that we're all like
you're all in on this one thing, this underground fight deal or some shit. Yeah, I mean, it's not. Jay, put your mask on, man. I got my Legion of Doom right here. Look at this. What a rush!
Wait.
We should just do it in our mask. We'll send a statement.
Poor Jay's looking around.
We podcast in our masks.
My wife just washed all these. So I'm like, where the hell was my pile of? Okay, so I have like all these. I'm like,
you really give Johnny
like money, It's,
nice. I could just put my suicide mask on, just rock that. I'll just rock that, man. Definitely saving that one for Tuesday. Nice.
My glasses are fogging up.
I got a separate glass. I was going to wear sunglasses today.
Welcome to my world. I was out with Tracy this weekend. A couple places. We're going to a couple different stores, and between panic attacks, I'm sitting there trying to like clear my glasses. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Wait a minute. You left the house? This is the first house leave.
That's news. J-Bone, with the news.
Wait.
Where's the confetti gun? Oh, geez.
A second. That deserves. Wait a minute. That deserves.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, J-Bone's news. He actually left the house. First time in 6 months. Lots changed, J-Bone. Tell us all about it. Coming up now on J-Bone's news.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
I somehow timed that perfectly. I don't know how. Right before Russo kicks in, it's perfect. Go ahead, J-Bo. You left the house? We could take a seat on it on Xplosion for a second. What happened here?
All right, so well, it wasn't all positive. My daughter, if you saw my Instagram, my daughter was not living up to her middle name. Her middle name is Grace.
Oh shit!
She's a heifer. She busted her shit and severely sprained her ankle. So,
oh no!
So she's she's on crutches and she's got it wrapped and she had some ice on it. So me and Tracy drove. And my dad tore his Achilles tendon.
Oh.
No. This is like a couple of years ago. This is
okay.
Not recent. but we still had the big boot that he wore, like back a few years ago. We kept it. We're like, you never know. So, yeah, good thing we did, because get this message and from her brother, my son Eric's like, yeah. Morgan busted her ankle. I was like, oh God. So so we drove down there with the boot, stopped at
Checkers.
No, Quick Trip. We stopped at Quick Trip, got some snacks, cookies. I had some phenomenal, really cheap ass donuts. So we sat around. We watched. What the hell did we watch? Oh, that 70s show we watched. She had it on
Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
We love that 70s show because it was filmed in my fucking backyard.
Cool.
It's like it's replaced Happy Days for me. No, I'm kidding. Nothing will ever replace Happy Days.
I have a weird flashback right now, guys. There's some Sunday night flashback going on here. Poor guy.
My little acid trip. Never mind.
This is what J-Bone's brain looks like right now. Just like that. Static.
Totally. Yeah, so we went down there. We took some snacks down to her and did some shopping over the weekend. Went out and got a couple.
To be out though. That's what I want to know. How did you? It's the first time you've been out in months. Holy shit!
I mean, I've gone a couple places, but it's just been real insignificant little things. But this is this honestly is the most I've been out in like 5-6 months. We went to a handful of places besides driving down to Kenosha from where we live. My anxiety, I'm a pretty easygoing guy, and I dealt with anxiety here and there throughout my life, little cases. And my anxiety leaving the house now has come back like full steam. Like I had completely forgotten what it's like to have a panic attack. And dear Lord,
shit,
it rears its ugly freaking head now when I leave the house. Yeah,
I kind of feel guilty for making him talk about this, guys. I mean, maybe it's just me.
No, I'm not gonna like have a stroke.
I'm starting to feel bad. I mean,
This is a bunch of crap. This shit sucks.
I'm starting to feel like that's what he's thinking right now. Shit.
No, I'm okay. No, it's good for me to get out because I don't get out enough. It's partially my fault. Part of it is just, everything around you keeps, pointing this giant, death grip, at you you're not going to get out of this. And this is what's happening around you. And life sucks and blah, 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 blah. And you hear enough of that and you stay in your house long enough, it starts to really affect you. And it clearly has started to affect me. So that's why I jokingly said several months ago, you're going to watch the slow mental psychological demise of J-Bone live on YouTube through Smash's podcast and TNI.
Jesus. Your nephew here is not liking story time, apparently. I hate story time this week. You're depressing your nephew there, man. All right.
I'm sorry. I try to be like 1,000% transparent and real on here. I mean, yeah, I'm a joker and I BS a lot, but
J-Boy, you were also.
I'm an upstanding citizen.
That's for sure. You really are that too. All right, let's jump back in Xplosion here.
I took a boot to my daughter. I tried.
Good man. You're a good father. Still a fucking weirdo.
And lots of snacks. Now, granted, I ate some of the snacks, but.
Around the ring was Hernandez with David Penzer. He said it off the bat. It was part 1 of 2, so that's kind of cool. I actually really liked it though. I didn't realize he's been around since 1997. I was like, holy shit, you know that? Like, I just know Hernandez from like 2007, and that's it. And then I feel like he disappeared after he left TNA. Like I didn't see him anywhere else after like 2013 or whatever it was, or 14. Like he never went. Then he came until he came back with Eddie Kingston. He appeared again, then he came back again. Right?
You had a little slow down, fast forward situation.
Oh, did I really?
Trent, why don't you
What's going
drop
on
off?
with that? All right, go ahead. Keep talking.
We
Yes,
just
keep
went
talking.
back to the future.
Weird. All right, give me a second. I'll refresh. Talk about the Hernandez thing. Talk about
We're
Hernandez.
talking Hernandez.
Yeah, I can't believe Hernandez is like a year older than me.
Yeah, they were saying what it was. He's 47.
47.
47?
Years old, yeah.
Yeah, because Penzer's like, you're as old as I am. And well, not as old as he is. But yeah, he was talking about kind of in 97, and then Penzer's talking about that's at the end of WCW. But he references all like Georgia Championship Wrestling. He goes back to he goes back to all the old stuff down in Texas. But let's see. So and then he talks about he got trained by Tugboat Taylor, school wrestling. He was talking about the old, the same stuff I was growing up watching, like the what ESPN was showing down at the old Sportatorium. But obviously, he had some cool stuff to look back, like talking about like Missing Link and Wahoo McDaniel back in the day. So it was a kind of good. Like you didn't really know it. Obviously, when he's talking about the like the Mexican Latino wrestlers, like it's not just the mask guys. He saw like the Guerreros, not Eddie, the Hector, and Charlie Senior, like those type of guys. But yeah, no, it's interesting, and he does touch briefly that like he talks about like he was a military kid, moved all over the place, strict corporal punishment. Maybe bring it back.
I forgot
he
that
went into
part.
detail on that for sure. He was like,
he went into big detail. Like I gotta see.
Well, it's a different time.
Yeah, like you even said that. It's like a different time, kid. You could beat your kids back
They
then.
didn't have DIFUS and social services to come and check into things back then.
But yeah,
true,
they talked about like when I didn't hear them say which one, so I looked it up. But he played arena football before.
Yeah, because he said the pro. He said the league, and I was like, "What league?"
He said the league. I'm like, "Well, what league? What league?" Because I'm like, it had to be. There was a couple leagues thinking of the time frame. And I thought that's what it might have been, but it was arena football he played briefly. And then once that he got let go from that, that's when he really got into wrestling. But you're right. Like, it's a story we didn't know. Like, I knew obviously his early run. I knew when he went to Lucha Underground because that was a big issue when he came back. And that was like the pre-releases we had not long ago. The last incident we had like that was because of Hernandez, because they had to scrap that whole thing because he was under contract to Lucha Underground and didn't tell anybody that first time around. But it's good. Like, obviously this is a different regime, so they're not really holding any issues there. But that was like that involved MVP and all that. Like, supposedly there was a lot of people involved with how that situation got a problem. So I'll be interested to see if that's part 2 of this Penzer interview.
How's this for interesting, guys? I'm looking at some of his bio info. First off, he did wrestle some dark matches for WWF on like Jacked and all that stuff, but this is very interesting. I don't remember this, and we're going to see this actually on Throwback. He actually comes to TNA in 2004 as a group called the Elite Guard, which were mercenaries for Jeff Jarrett, and they help him with the King of the Mountain match, the first King of the Mountain match.
Damn.
And so he shows up, and then he leaves. So he has a little bit of a run.
Like a one-off, two-off type thing?
2-3 off, it looks like.
Okay.
And then he leaves, and then he comes back in 06 as part of LAX. So early, like half a year run, which we're going to get to at some point. And then he's gone. So it's wild. Like, he's had like 4 stints in TNA and Impact. That's crazy.
Look at that. That's like one of the all-timers, right? Like, for separate
He really is
stints.
an all-timer. His first appearance was a dark match on an Xplosion, ironically enough, November 22nd, 03 against Shane Douglas.
Okay.
Wow.
Which we're approaching the Shane era.
We're getting to almost Shane, yeah.
On the throwbacks?
Yeah, we're almost at Shane coming in because Raven's like prominent as fuck right now. And
he did a couple of the prominent stints, Raven.
He had 3, I want to say. He had 2 or 3 stints in TNA. Shane only had the one. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Shane made it to Orlando, and then he was gone after that, I think.
Yeah, because then he pretty much quit wrestling, I think, shortly after that.
Yeah, he just went straight. Then he went straight back to the Indies and stuff after that. So yeah, so we're getting to that era. But yeah, that's crazy. Like I remember now. I'm starting to like vaguely remember this Elite Guard storyline, and I remember, and looking back, I'm like, I never would have guessed one of them was Hernandez because I didn't know who Hernandez was at the time. But that's really, it's gonna be really funny when we get to it. You know, that's pretty cool.
There you go. Third Chuckle Bro, Onyx.
Wow.
Yeah, Onyx and Chad Collier. I remember Chad Collier on the Indies a lot. He was a name on the East Coast too, right? Well, he's making a lot of rounds back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Speaking of Hernandez, I don't think he's to talk about this. The whole Dixie Carter having a crush on. Have you guys heard about this? Like,
I don't know. It's funny. I saw this a couple days ago. What this came out? What Booker T talk?
This story's been out for a long time. The Dixie,
it's been there's been rumblings about this for a while, but no one seemed to give it much credence, other than like maybe she had some favorites, and people went, well, why she had those favorites. But I think Booker T made it sound like a lot worse than that. Like he went full on other stuff.
Booker was
he made accusations that there was other stuff going on.
Yeah, he was like loosely but very deliberately trying to imply she slept around with a bunch of talent, which I think is absolutely terrible because he
is notorious for putting his foot in his mouth.
Yeah, and plus the way he was saying it was like, so I'm gonna skirt around it so you can't say I really said it, but I'm gonna say enough that's gonna make the dirt sheets run with me saying it. You know,
and they all did.
They all ran with it, but he played it safe, half played it safe. Like, well, I didn't really say. I just said, it looked like she did. So enough to fuck with everybody.
Just said,
Yeah,
he had certain favorites that people may have went, oh, she thought he was cute or something, so she went with that guy to this, and that's kind of come on, Booker T.
Yeah.
Well, he had her on his show for an interview, and I haven't listened to the interview yet, so I don't know exactly what.
He had Dixie on?
Says. Yeah, that's where this all came out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to touch on it personally because I don't know what she said until I listen to it. Then I can be like, okay, so this is what she said about this that thing.
Trent, I don't think we need to even listen to it. I think we need to play something, and you know what you need to play right now.
I do know we need to play, and it's about to get played right now.
Longing for that fake wrestling news. Don't believe anything that you read on the internet.
Oh, that's hard to watch.
You know what upsets me about that though?
Meltzer having a stroke.
Yeah. Whether you like Dixie or not, the fact that a woman couldn't just get they couldn't let her go without throwing that kind of thing at her. Like they had to still try to stick that on her.
Remember, this had a big issue with Tessa being world champion.
Yeah.
With something like that. This is a guy that's not into, let's just say, going from old school wrestling thought.
Yeah.
And he probably was not a big fan of answering to Dixie as boss back when he worked there. So
what were we gonna say, Alicia? You're about to say something.
I don't know. I just feel like that's just like the go-to to throw a woman under the bus is to bring up her potential sexuality, and it's stupid, it's childish, and it's like you have a little more professionalism.
And I think it's petty, man. It's like it's like, dude,
like what are we in high school? What are we, Gossip Girl? Like, come on, dude.
It literally was like I listened to that clip. I'm like, dude, really? Like this is what you're gonna imply? Like why? Like whether you like
what
her
does that do for him, and what does that do for anybody else other than be like, oh, another mark against Dixie? Like, fuck that.
Exactly.
Even if she was, who gives a shit? Next.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is years past for one thing, and I'm like, dude. Also, she gave you a job. She employed you when Vince wasn't fucking employing you, and I'm like. She's a wife and a mom. You're gonna throw those accusations out there about her at this point, like really? So her family can see that shit, you know? I don't know, man. And I agree with Hakeem saying here, like she kept it running long enough for better people to get there, and run it. Like I always give her credit. Like whether you like the Destination America or was the other one Pop TV deals or not, she kept them alive on TV.
She kept them on channels. That's all that matters.
That's it.
Hey, she gets in the Hall of Fame for me.
100%. And she's fucking cool. If you ever met her, she's sweet as shit.
Yeah.
Super sweetheart.
Anybody that was at a show during the eras where she was in charge, which is obviously most of it, if you went to a house show, a TV taping, whatever, there's a very good chance you ran into her. She said hi. Are you enjoying the show? How you doing? Like, nobody that ran into her ever had a bad thing to say about her.
No, for sure. So that was good. I'm looking forward to part 2 though of Hernandez. I actually was like, like it kind of endeared me to him a little more. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like you have.
I'll tell you, you're talking about.
It was a good sit down.
Yeah.
LAX, his version of LAX, I think.
Yeah.
With his
Homicide
runs, Homicide and him, put him in. With Conan, put him in.
I think they need to start putting in more guys and girls every Hall of Fame. Like one at a time is really slow, man. Like we got to start bumping that up to maybe a handful. One tag team, one knockout, one solo, and then one heavyweight, one X division. That's your 5 every year you should put in.
That's not a bad idea, dude. And you get a nice little grouping of folks. It's not like, okay, we're throwing in 10 this year. No, it's just a nice selection from the past. Because shit, they got almost 20 years.
Exactly, and it's kind of like you kind of can make a little thing out of it by saying like, yeah, every year it's going to be one X, one tag, one knockout, one heavyweight. And it's kind of like, oh, cool. Who's the one going to be from each? And, like that's kind of like almost the guessing game you play that. It's kind of fun then. I don't know. I wouldn't mind that. I'd hope they bump it up to that. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to part 2.
As the brand grows, I'm sure that's more and more of a possibility.
Yeah. Jay, we want to mention the throwback matches because this is the parts that I'm not a fan of Impact Plus.
Tuned out.
I tune out the rewinds, guys. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
sorry.
I absolutely loved this match.
It's a great match. Don't get me wrong. It's a fantastic. I know this match.
AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniels, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Destination X 2011. This was the headliner, and this wasn't the championship match or nothing. This was just respecting that both these guys were in the company for like 9 years at this point, and that they were at the top of their game representing. Now they had moved past the X division, well beyond it at this point, but it's 2 guys that started out in the X division back 2000, 2, 3, whatever. And man, they just put on an absolute phenomenal, pardon the pun, but
yeah,
it was.
Oh, that part though, when they were on the apron and they did that move, AJ Styles almost slipped, and that was a little concerning, but otherwise it was a great match. It's
there was a couple of flops.
He saved it. I wasn't meant trying to knock it, but I just meant he really saved it in the nick of time, man, and really corrected that move to take it better.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a great match. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. The only reason I say I tune out on these is because I am so starved for, and I've pushed every week for Xplosion to just feature the new stuff, because that's what this Xplosion should be used for. We have Pluto putting out the old stuff already. We have the Impact and 60 putting out the stuff already. Xplosion needs to be a recap or the social media promos, recap of promos, like special content, even a second match. But you don't need a full-on 20-minute flashback match. I just don't see that being needed right as Xplosion is starting to it's getting more and more popular now. Like us doing this show, I know has driven more people to it. They're pushing the watch along or the Twitch feed of it more too. Like they're starting to kind of realize what Xplosion is. And I'm like, the more people watching it, you don't want to tune them out by just saying, well, it's half a flashback and half a new show. You know?
And that's a good thing. Because we are piloting for everybody watching.
Yeah.
Wednesday of this week, we're watching Twitch co-streaming Xplosion, the official Impact airing of Xplosion on Twitch is 7:00 Eastern, 6 Central, Wednesday. So the day after the Tuesday show, we will do a co-stream like we do with the normal Tuesday show on Twitch. So we'll see what comes of that. So definitely check that out.
It'll be short. It's nothing too long. So we're gonna try it out and see how it goes. Yeah, it's one of those things. We're doing a lot of content every week anyway, but if you guys like it, if the numbers are there, we'll push it. If not, we'll make it a special thing. So we're gonna see. We'll see how it goes. And but join us Wednesday. We'll get more details on that.
Yeah, and was this the previous? Because this match that's going to be the last match on the card tonight for Xplosion. Was this the first Wrestle House episode, or is that the episode following this? Because that's obviously some content that would be great to put in Xplosion if they're looking to fill.
Yeah, like fill and wrestle,
space.
like all those bonus ones. Did you guys see all the bonus stuff that came out? Like everybody.
Johnny Swinger one's great.
Oh my god, Alicia, did you see these?
No.
Beers. Oh my god. On Twitter, individual, they're having all the Wrestle House people open a random door to like face their fear.
Oh man,
it's a callback to their past, and like Swinger opens the door and it's like him wearing a coconut bra and TNA 2003 cutting a promo and like flexing. He's like, "Oh shit, kayfabe, daddy, no." He's like, "I found getting over kayfabe." He like shuts the door, and then like Bravo. Oh no, was it Bravo opened up the door to what was his? Oh, the Johnny Impact, like saying he's a bum, and then like
he said the funny line from that is he closes the door. He goes, "Oh no, he's in hell.
He's in hell."
He's in hell.
And then like Cody Deaner opens his up, and it's like him and ODB back in 2008, and he's like, "Oh no!" Like it's fucking great. Like. That's online only. Put that on Xplosion because people might have like you missed it. You know,
I didn't know. Yeah, wow, I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have got the notification for it.
Exactly. So that's what I want to see more of Xplosion. Use it for the original content. Help push this roster more. It's hot right now. It's such a hot time.
It is.
Like let's not push AJ and Daniels. We're on two different shows right now. You know, like we got guys who are and girls who are on this brand that who can use all the exposure they can get. So
now Trent, you know me, I always like to look at just like when they do the official flashback during the Tuesday show, that maybe there's something storyline, maybe there's a purpose to what we see here. Obviously, if you're hearing any of the news, and I know people are going to want to say, no, there's nothing to it, nothing. But AJ, who recently has been quoted as he's saying, Anderson and Gallows, they're recruiting me, man. And they're not denying they're recruiting. Like, they're like the head recruiters right now, Gallows and Anderson. And they're like, maybe. So we'll see. It's it could be three-dimensional chess.
Alicia's trying to send a message with that one.
I think she is.
It's for anybody listening on audio, her face mask says "Go away." But he was quoted saying "Never say never" this weekend. So he's like, "Never say never."
Not a bad
time
to then plug AJ Styles after he says that.
It could be why, but still, I'm like, we gave 20 minutes to him on this. I'm like, that could have been a lot more. I could have been Wrestle House stuff, man. That's a hot thing right now.
I think that's what it should be more become, but we'll see.
We'll see. All right, fair enough. What was and Jay, you want to just touch on what the recap matches of the week?
The rewind was Reno Scum versus Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. But this version of it seemed like it was a little chopped up, and it was a little more focused on the presence of Ace Austin and Fulton. Well, Fulton shows up post-match, but it's more geared towards, Ace Austin's watching him, and he's planted up on the stage, and then comes down. He's harassing him after Good Brothers beat Reno Scum, which was a good match also, by the way. It wasn't like a 5-star match or nothing, but I'm just happy the Good Brothers are there. And it was more focused on the brawl that's going on between Fulton with Ace against the Good Brothers, and then leading to the outside. We're going, it's
that was a cool brawl. I liked it.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, and that was actually what ended the episode where who went into the camera? Somebody got thrown into the camera.
Fulton, I believe.
Fulton, I think.
Fulton, okay, Fulton got thrown into the camera from Doc.
I think he literally got thrown in the camera. We had one of these. Didn't we?
Exactly.
Basically.
That was absolutely.
Speaking of Jay, me and Manny wearing the same shirt today.
Manny Bones.
Hey! Nice.
Circa the same tour from that Doc
GFW?
Gallows. Yeah.
There you go. There
Nice.
you go.
Only 2 Bullet Club shirts I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen any in a
Just
long
kidding.
time.
Well, no.
All in good fun.
Once the Hot Topic Wrestling Company wasn't really selling that merch anymore, they kind of stopped being in vogue.
Are they not
Basically.
selling it anymore? Are they done with that?
I don't know, but obviously if they didn't bring it to the Wednesday night show, then people don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
Hot Topic still sells plenty of, I think more.
Because they're still selling New Japan stuff too, aren't they? I don't know. I assume they are.
I haven't been to a Hot Topic in a while.
Yeah, either.
Bullet Club is kind of changing. Changing a few faces. It's a new time for New Japan. They're just coming out of this stuff. They're starting to do shows again, so they want to shake things up. They want to get noticed again. I'm looking at this. I was like unraveling this lollipop, and it's got like a half shake. I'm like, I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to do this. I'm going to choke on it. Dear Lord, no.
That's what he said.
Yes.
Great, Tony.
Set that for later.
I could have also thrown in the. There's another one I could throw. Oh, shit, I can't find that one. Wait.
You can't find Dodd?
Oh, I can't find. Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is.
I have seen that penis.
Oh, we're talking lollipops here.
Okay.
Oh, very nice. Okay. All right. Little too much information for me, but that's okay.
All right, that was good. That was timing better. All right. And just for shits and giggles, guys.
Hey, Vince Russo, how you doing?
We all have to go see that guy at some point in New York, in Long Island.
And when we do, we have to say, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Let me get some pizza.
Speaking of Hot Topic, I would love to see Impact find some other route for getting merch out.
Yeah, cool.
Not necessarily Hot Topic, but
they gotta push their merch.
They don't push it enough, man. Not at all. I agree with you.
We should already all have Wrestle House shirts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm thinking when guys are coming out for a match, one thing I'll always give WWE this, and I'm not much of a fan of theirs at all, obviously, as everybody knows, but a guy's making an entrance, and you literally will have a scroll across the bottom where get so and so's t-shirt at shopwwe.com, and they'll plug it right away. So you're watching the guy, and you're like, oh shit, I want to get that guy's shirt.
They're wearing it down to the ring.
Yeah, they just came out with a bunch of shirts for people I didn't even know they have shirts for. I just browsed the other day. It was like, whoa.
And
what was it? We went to the Philly tapings a while back. They didn't even sell merch there, if I remember correctly.
No merch table because
no merch at all.
None for both days. And Bill, you and I talked about it at the tapings, and it was something like Tommy was expecting somebody else to set it up, and they didn't.
What they would do, they would always use a local person to do the merch.
Yeah.
And that was not the right way to go, obviously. I think they've gotten better at that at the last, obviously now we're talking ancient history, the last few tapings. So who knows what it's going to be when they come back. But it seemed like they did have it seemed like they had most of their inventory. They may not have had the most recent stuff all the time. That'd be maybe what I would say the next level is you got to have that latest stuff. Because that's what everyone's going to want, whatever's the newest stuff you have out.
Hey, I actually worked the merch table in Indiana. And I was put every fucking shirt up there. And the guy's like, what? I'm like, all of it. And they're like, Johnny Impact's not even here anymore. I'm like, fucking sell that guy's shirt. I was throwing all of it up. It was fucking great.
That's how you sell merch. You just throw it all up on a wall, and people will be like, "Oh fuck, I want all of them."
Right. No, it's true though. They were Josh was like, just put up these. I'm like, dude, I can fit all of them on this wall. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'll put them all up. People were buying the old Josh Alexander walking weapon shirt, which I didn't even know still existed. And it was things like that. Just if you build it, they will come. Just put it out there. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Hell, man, I put some of those IPWF shirts in there. Bring them all back.
Absolutely, and they should be plugged every time a guy's walking out or girl's walking out. Plug the shirt and the website.
The merch.
Like,
Yeah.
Right, like the way we got the ticker going on the bottom, put that shit on the bottom of the screen. Like Shop Impact's got its own
Shop
Twitter.
Impact.
And their Twitter's terrible though. Like they barely update it. Like you guys, they got to get on that for sure.
They used to do Shop Impact commercials a lot. Did they even do Shop Impact commercials during the TV broadcast anymore?
They used to at one time.
Well, they used to do like little things. I know that like near the holidays they would utilize the knockouts a lot. And
The
stuff.
Shop
Like
Impact commercials were legendary back in the day.
yeah, they're like I got to get back into that.
There was one that was super elaborate. I don't know if you guys remember the one that was like homicides were taking phone orders, and then they accidentally packed AJ's belt. And like, you guys, my belt, and like Samoa Joe's like packing the truck, and he's like, I got it. He's like punt kicking packages, and like,
It's man. Have some fun with it, man. Give some of those production guys a separate job. Our boy Kev, have Kev there. Have him working on something.
If you guys
Shop
haven't
Impact
seen those,
guy.
if you guys haven't seen the Shop Impact commercials, they're funny even now, and they're 10 years old.
Yeah,
they're like of those old ESPN commercials back in the day.
Yeah, my favorite is Homicide like yelling at a customer, and, he's like, and then like I think Velvet Sky's like hosting it. She's like walking through and like saying, "And over here is where we pack this," and then Homicide's like yelling at her in Spanish, and she's like, I don't speak French, and she's like, "What the fuck?" Like, it's just,
you know what? I gotta get. I didn't mention Homicide. You said Schlack, but then I didn't even say it because he went up against Homicide in the first match.
Homicide.
Saturday night. Obviously, TNA Impact.
Homicide Myers.
Homicide Myers.
Because he wears a Mike Myers mask to the ring. That's his thing now.
The Demon Homicide.
Awesome.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I love Homicide.
How was that match?
It was good.
It was good.
Barbed wire.
It was good. Opening match.
Friend attested. It was
opening. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, because of the whole barbed wire to then go into the chain. Yeah, that time change between setups. So if you did it anything other than the opening match, it would have taken a long time to set it up.
No kidding.
Oh, jeez.
I remember the first time I had to get in a wrestling ring during a show was like after a Homicide match against.
Oh man,
I want to say it was Abyss, and there was like thumbtacks and shit everywhere, right? So Homicide loses, and Dan's like, he's like, I need you to go sweep that fucking ring up like quick. So like I go to like get it, and like Homicide's still like he's like doing the whole like frustrated. Like, I don't want to fucking, like, I'm pissed because I lost thing. And I'm like, do I just get in there and start sweeping the ring? And I like look back down there. I'm like, and it's like, he's like, get in there, just get it over with quick. Like, so I get in there as Homicide's like kind of half pouting about the loss, like doing like the play up. And I'm like sweeping up the into like this dustpan. And he looks at me, he just kicks my fucking dustpan and like everything goes over. I'm like, shit. And like, I didn't know what to do. I'm like,
oh no.
I get the crowd, and then like everybody's like, people I know, they're like, ah. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? I'm like, he's gonna gringo killer me like any second now. Like, what's gonna happen? Does he think I'm an extra? Like, it'd be hilarious. He thought I was like an extra, like it's like some young boy over there, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking take this kid out. Like, work with me, kid. Just fucking take me out. Some shit, man. I don't know. I kind of for a half second feared for my well-being.
You got out of there. Or he got out of there.
He got out of there finally. I sweep all the thumbtacks. So great time.
That's got to be a pain.
Yeah, thumbtacks do not sweep easily on a wrestling.
No,
at all.
No, because they don't roll. They spin and they stick and
yeah,
they weren't easy.
We're getting a sweep them up asshole chant for you.
Yeah, so I got a sweep chant. I'm like,
that's the kind chant. That's like the old days.
Yeah.
We don't do that as much today.
Well,
I always chant thank you.
Oh, there you go.
I can't be an asshole to those guys. They got to sweep up some nasty messes.
My favorite guy was the rope boy at ECW. Billy.
I was best. That's my favorite. I try to do that at every show, but nobody does it. Like, it's rare that actually they do it like that. Now they kind of do it. They go, They do it in a little. I'm like, come on, man, do it at once.
Ended up getting taken out by Rhino down the line. Remember this? Like later, like towards the end of ECW, Rhino like pile drove the shit out of him off the second rope, and he was wiping fucking ropes. I'm like, Like it was so fucking buck wild. But like they turned his rope piping into just whoop, whoop. Wimpy little kid. And I'm like, he grew up to be Seth Rollins. I'm just kidding.
Really?
Oh,
oh my god!
Great if it was.
You see some of these extras, and you're like, who? Some of them can being somebody. Like they showed Kamala match today. I saw it on Twitter, and it was a squash match in like 1986, and it was against Jack Foley. And guess who that is? You know, like
Mick Foley, right? Some
skinny twerp local kid got squashed in 30 seconds. Where like they even got his weight and name wrong during. The girl was like, "Oh, it's a tough match for." Like they first announced him as Jack Foley, and then Monsoon's like, he's like, Kavanaugh's gonna have a real hard time here. All 147. That can't be right. 147 pounds. And I'm like, they did the wrong sheet. Like whatever. Fucking jobber. Like, and it turned out to be a future, biggest star in wrestling history.
Yeah.
So, who knows, right. But it's always fun to see that Impact too, though. There's a lot of Impact ones. You see so many guys like Seth. I mean, I said Seth Rollins, but he did a couple of job matches. He's on. If you look on Impact Plus, there's a whole hidden gem section.
Yeah.
Right. You ever see that? And it's like.
I know Mox is on there, and that was literally right before he joined WWE.
Dude, there's like Mox, Seth Rollins, Nakamura. Like, there's names on this thing. You're like,
yeah.
So there's a lot of come through TNA, a lot. So it's kind of cool to see when that happens. But let's open it up for a little bit before we call it for the night. Let's any topics anything to talk about? We want to. You guys in the chat, any open forum topics you guys wanted to shoot around?
Got any questions?
I did see one.
What do you got?
In Twitch. The tag match this week, Nevaeh and Havoc versus Tasha and Kiara. The thoughts on that match?
I'm excited for it. I love when those four go at it.
Those four have been building for a while too, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm psyched for that one. I think these two teams are, because they haven't been on the last two shows, I want to say.
Yeah, last two shows. We were making a comment how they've kind of been missing. So they kind of just gave that reference for this upcoming match at the end, towards that's in that second hour last week. But that should be something we really obviously they had a lot of build. It'll be interesting to see kind of if we get anything before that, if they build it up or they just go right into the match. Or if we get any kind of promo work before.
I don't know if you guys said this. It's no DQ.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, okay. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be real good.
I'm looking forward to that one. I think all four of these ladies they're awesome. And
we also got Jordan Grace versus Kimberly.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, this is going to be an absolutely loaded. We got Eddie with defending his title. We don't know against who. And Locker Room Talk returns with
Katie and RVD.
And
Trenny Forbes?
Maybe.
Trenny Forbes, you join in? Are you the new girlfriend?
He'll be there.
Oh, boy. We're also my match. I don't know what I'm looking forward to more. This Knockouts tag match, or we got Willie Mack versus EY.
Storyline. Oh, that's loaded.
That's a loaded fucking show. Holy shit.
That's gonna be good.
I really don't know what to make the cover this week. I'm like,
Let me ask you guys this, and guys in the chat, let me know this out to everybody, actually. How do you guys feel about Eddie defending the belt every week? Is it over exposure of the title? Not kind of know it's something special to be building somebody up and you're kind of giving title shots away.
I'm for it, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel like it opens up the what's the word I'm looking for? It just opens up the opportunities a little more to see different people going for it every week. It might not change hands, but at least we're seeing what people have to offer.
And getting the title, kind of getting the rub, being in the title.
Yeah. See how they feel in that kind of position. It's going to be really good. So far, I've been a fan of it.
Okay. What about you, Bill?
I think it. I'm timing wise. I like it for now. I do like it. I'm not against it. I think that's a good weekly right now. Keep the momentum post Slammiversary until you get our 2-night pay-per-view coming up. I think post that, I probably then end it. I don't keep it going after like a pay-per-view quality show defense. I think then you end that angle. So as long as it's going to run a time frame, I'm fine with it. Because I think I feel like, I don't know if it's going to be a Brian Myers debut as one of those. I feel like it's going to have a payoff near the end with something. Like if it just is him just defending it and then goes into a feud with like EY or something without any real, like something has to happen due to this because it's a storyline. So it can't run too much longer. So I'm fine with it. I think it's great for now, but I wouldn't want to see it something that goes on for 6 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah, because the roster's only so big. And obviously we're setting up for something coming up at, like you said, at Emergence. Here's what I would do. And I don't fantasy book a lot of stuff, but this is what I would do. It's like we got something coming here. We're going to have this fallout, obviously, from the attack on Rich Swann, the I'm using my quote fingers here for the audio folks, retirement, which I'm still not buying. Dude, I see a lot of fucking people talking about this like they are.
Oh yeah,
they're sold.
He is retired. I'm like,
I feel like nobody saw the last 2 minutes other than us.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're sold now. They're like, oh, he's gone. That's it.
It's like no, that's like if someone is legit healthy and decides to walk away, and then he gets like crushed by like the top heel in the company, I've seen that before, you know, and you know but anyways. So I think what's going to happen is eventually Eddie's going to get attacked by said contender, probably EY, somewhere within the next couple of weeks leading to Emergence. And that's going to crush the whole weekly, putting up your title every single week thing, because he's going to get attacked. And then the week is going to come where, oh, well, we were going to have Eddie Edwards put his title up this week, but he was attacked last week at the end of the show. And so he's sidelined this week. Sorry. And there's your perfect way to end it, because he got attacked the week before, leading into your next big thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Hurricane, Eddie has signed a contract. He's long term. He's in there for the long run. So.
Oh yeah.
To answer your question,
he's been signed. Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen, Trent, but I would love to see a one-off in this, maybe as a help to Eric, short term. Yeah. But if Davey, if you could somehow incorporate Davey into that angle somehow,
that's
for like a one-off. I know that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, maybe that was a possibility, but then obviously, because he was kind of toying with that idea, but then obviously it didn't pan out. We know he's going to work something with Ethan that didn't fall through, and that really blew up. But it would be a nice full circle on that at some point if they could pull it off.
He is healthy. I'm Facebook friends with Davey Richards. He had knee surgery. He's back rehab. It's like 100% again.
That's what it seemed. That's what I know. He's kind of healthy again. That's why I at least think maybe
he's definitely healthy again. I mean, I don't know. I think he's moved on, man. That guy.
That's what it seems like. But
he's in the medical field now. That dude has beyond. But he's in tremendous shape. Like he could absolutely jump back in if he wanted to. I'm sure. I just don't think he has the passion for it anymore. I think he was losing it towards the end anyway.
And that's what I think too. But I think you could do something fun for 2 or 3 days of tapings.
I was not for this as much until I do like your take, Bill. If you end it at a certain point and it leads to something, I'm cool with that. Otherwise, it'd be a little over. Ante was thinking a little overexposure. But if it ends at, like, let's say Emergence and you kind of go from there into a feud, then I'm okay with that. So okay, that was a good one. I've been on the fence with that one for a bit, so I wanted to get your guys' takes on it. We got a question here, guys. If you could pick one wrestler to bring back to Impact? Johnny Impact, Phoenix, Pentagon, or Garza Jr.? Who would it be? That's tough because I look at Phoenix and Pentagon as one package deal.
Right. It's tough.
Yeah.
So if I can package deal them, I'll say them for sure. Yeah. I mean, okay, fine. If I have to pick one of them, I'm going to go with, I love Phoenix. Don't get me wrong, but I was always partial to Pentagon in terms of character.
I'm going to pick Pentagon.
Yeah. I do love Phoenix, though.
Right? Whatever he does.
Yeah. Yes, Hero Miedo. Yes. I would just love both of them, though. What about you, Bill? You got to pick one, too. You can say Johnny.
That's a tough one.
Johnny?
That's a tough one. Johnny, obviously, when we're looking back at the world champions, when Johnny had it, that was legitimate. It was legitimate, the world title. Because obviously there was through bad luck and stuff. Johnny brought eyes to the product. But I'm going more a little outside there, and I'm with Gary here. Garza, I go with Garza. I was there. I saw every one of his matches when he was there in Impact. You could see all the potential there, even though he was injured kind of towards the end of that run. And he was still wrestling with one arm. But you could see that guy's a star. And it's if he had the build, that guy, he could be a face of the company type guy. And you could see it back then. It was evident. Then I probably, just because Johnny, Johnny and Pentagon, both great guys to have, but I don't know long-term wise. I'm thinking long-term for any of these guys. So then I think it's between Phoenix and Garza. And I think Phoenix is one of the best wrestlers in the world, in my opinion. That's not being used properly right now. But that's a guy, either one of those I'd be fine with. But I just think Garza has that mainstream appeal that really that guy could be huge.
Yeah, and the ladies seem to like him when he ripped off his pants.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it reminds me of, was it Chris Pontius from Jackass? What was that character he did? Party Boy?
Yeah. Party Boy, exactly. Nice. Yeah, you're right, though. He's a good-looking guy. He does have a little more crossover appeal. You're right. Not so much niche, more crossover, casual.
Right.
I can see that. All right. Do you guys think we should be overly concerned with TV ratings or Wednesday night shows? I don't care.
Nope. Nope, because when you worry about the ratings of other shows, you stop enjoying the product, period.
Mm-hmm. Everybody feeling about ratings is hilarious to me.
Yeah, really, what are you focusing on? You're focused on ratings that are the worst of in history.
In history.
If I'm fighting over demos and different sections of an age group for a 30-minute time period.
Yeah, seriously.
It's the worst in wrestling all time. Still,
it's corny. It's corny. So corny. Straight up.
You've come
and I have to make merch to say that.
Yeah, they've come. Yeah, they have merch. They've come down to we're gonna argue over demographics and time slot.
Yeah.
What the fuck have we turned into? To the point where I see nerds online fighting each other.
They're fighting each other over demos.
Your show did.
Well, ratings don't matter. Demos matter. Demos matter, not ratings.
Demos matter. You guys didn't even know what the fuck demos were until they mentioned it to you. They told you what it is. Unreal. So cheesy though.
Yeah, so I would not focus that on all. Now, Impact's got a TV deal. They own their station, the same parent company. I wouldn't worry about anything like that. Just keep building.
No.
Yeah, well, look at because we don't have to worry about that. Look how much better the product is creative wise.
Do
what you want.
Whereas the other two, it's how could we beat this and how could we beat that? And it's nobody's really invested in either. So
yeah.
You're not doing anything right, I guess.
Exactly.
Impact has been doing this for the last 3 years consistently, slowly, getting that audience back, building the quality of the show, and it shows right now,
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just stay consistent, keep building, keep doing what you're doing. Impact actually is doing pretty good numbers for Axe. They're really happy with the numbers right now. and for being where they're at, and it's pretty awesome.
Mhm.
They're only getting better. So it's
I don't think there's a doubt that they're the number one program on Access TV.
They are. They came out.
I don't
that
think
they
anyone argues that. I don't think anyone argues that. So just go from there.
And they're doing phenomenal numbers worldwide. You know, they may not be number one in the U.S. by any means. Look,
There's other countries.
where they're pulling in millions and millions and millions, and other brands are getting flushed by these international deals.
It's true.
While Impact is still, and this, look, we see, this is not bragging. We talk about this every once in a while. We see our numbers as a podcast, and we see where people are starting to notice us from internationally. That's a sign right there. It's like, somebody, Facebook. I always check out where people are following us from Facebook internationally. It's like some dude in Russia, some dude in Uganda, Africa, and I'm just like, guys, Uganda. Like, this just blows my mind,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So
I would say anybody. Yeah, anybody that like is worried about ratings or Impact's TV deal, all that stuff. Like, obviously, we want you to watch us co-stream Tuesday, Twitch every week. But if you don't have Access TV, hopefully, like if you have Access TV, you're also DVRing it, watching both things, your computer and your TV, or your phone and your TV. Contact your cable company. Let's get access on more cable providers, more everything. Like tweet at whoever you have, whatever cable operator, satellite system. Get them added to your package. Say you want Access TV.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I mean,
that's how Impact grows. That's how Impact grows.
That's what I did for Pop and Destination America with my cable company. I literally called them.
Yeah,
and I remember it was for Destination America. I had to pay a little extra, like $5 more for like another package. After they did add it, they ended up adding it, and then I had to pay for it. But then Pop, the operator was like, we've had a bunch of people call recently about this. Is there like some new show everybody wants to watch? I'm like, actually, yeah. And it's not Fitz Creek. it's Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
But a bunch of people are asking in the chat. Let's answer this one because a bunch of guys asked this. The Revival and North teased match that's going on. Scott jumped into this. Both teams are teasing it. Scott says he'll do it. And there's like open door from everybody as long as the two companies can agree that.
Well, FTR are free agents, aren't they?
Are they officially free agents, or are they?
I think they just did something with a supposed contract signing.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure.
They filmed a contract signing, so it says they're signed, and they're plugging all these little and we got stips because we signed and a signed bonus, and there's also some other little secretive stuff going on behind the scenes that they're going to build a storyline for. But look, in today's day and age where everybody's trying to draw a little more attention, there is absolutely no reason on this earth why these two teams on some stage
can't wrestle.
Yeah. Why not? No, we're not going to. Why?
They're all friends. Scott and Don are friends with all those guys on the other team. And I want
to see dream matches.
Yeah, I personally I think it's going to happen. I really kind of think it's going to happen.
I think it could. This almost happened back with Impact and Ring of Honor with the Bucks and the Hardys.
Right.
They were going to do a 1-on-1.
They were supposed to do a trade-off 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Something fell through on the Impact side. They couldn't do it. But they did.
Because the Hardys were champs at the time or something.
I forgot what it was. There was something that fell through. But I think this could happen. Obviously, the bigger draw of it is for it to happen on TNT because more eyes. And if the North goes in as Impact Wrestling North coming in to invade it for a match or whatever it is, that'd be cool. But then it's got to be a payoff. You got to have some of their guys show up on Access and trade it off. Like, I wouldn't mind a trade-off. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever, and I personally do think it's going to happen. I don't know why. It's this weird feeling like they're going to pull it off.
I tell you what would be the perfect trade-off. It'd be something that we literally talked about 5 minutes ago. Who do we talk about bringing back?
Pentagon Fiend and Lucha Brothers, yeah.
There's your payoff right there, because they're still, they're still working all over the place. I mean, obviously not now, but before everything went to hell, they were still working all over the place. So Mexico, bunch of different places. They were working the Indies. Why not? There's your perfect trade-off.
Let's take it just a couple more, and then we'll wrap up. So we're getting a little late for Sunday night here, guys. A lot of people also asking, when do you guys think we're going to see Shogun, the gut check winner? I'm shocked they didn't bring him in by now. Like, he would have been an interesting mix in the gut check, just like random, like, but nobody knows this guy.
Right.
Like, where did this guy come from? It would have been a little funny thing. It's like, wait, whose friend is he? Like, nobody knows who he is. Would have been an easy introduction for him. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see him for a while, though, personally. I don't think we're going to see him through this year, to be honest. Maybe Xplosion. Maybe I'll requote that. Maybe they'll squeeze him into Xplosion. If not, I don't think we'll see him until crowds are back.
Yeah, with the pandemic, I just think it was kind of awkward timing. They might just not be able to figure out how to fit him in right now.
It's weird because, like, where do you fit him in? Like, where do you... I don't know. Like, what do you do with the guy at this point? I'm not really sure where he fits in.
There's got to be some kind of special build for him. I mean, I don't know what gimmick you give him, or if he's got something built in, because I don't really know anything about him. There's got to be some unique thing to it, or you tie him to a special group, something. Yeah, there's got to be
stable,
right?
Something. He's got to be like
aces and eights.
Roman eights.
Put the cut on him.
Roman eights and eights. Just put everybody in eights and eights.
It should be. Aces and eights should be the new NWO.
Yeah, might as well. Anybody who can't figure out what to do with it, just put them in aces and eights.
Just throw them in aces and eights.
What's the name of the patch you put on the new kid of the group?
Well, you put a prospect patch on.
Prospect,
yeah.
Put the prospect.
The West Briscoe, Garrett Bischoff.
Yeah, I was gonna say they wore the prospect cuts.
So real quick, just being aces and eights. And imagine with D-Lo, because D-Lo's an aces and eights. So Alicia, on Throwback, we did episode 36, and it was D-Lo's debut, and we were shocked. The fucking reception that D-Lo got was like blow the roof off. For D-Lo, and we were like, "What the fuck?" Like, he was that over? Like, holy shit!
Yeah, he was a big deal. People don't give D-Lo enough credit. I don't think they don't talk about him enough.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was shocked. I was like, "Fuck, he was that over?" Like, we spent like 5 minutes talking about like the ovation and like the standoff he had with Sonny Siakam. Like, wow, dude, like the crowd was nuts. But no,
he was better received because I think he was able to showcase himself a little bit better once he moved from companies.
And he kind of talked about that, right, Bill? Like, that's what he was saying. Yeah. Like, he was stifled and stuff. And
it was like we were saying there, it was very reminiscent of the current free agent class that just came to Impact. Like, he was kind of like the same issues, like up north, that he was referring to. So it was. It would play today. So that would be something that,
right?
Like, I think once a lot of these guys get in front of crowds again, when and if that happens, I think you're going to see that similar response to these guys.
No
we're going to be lit even if it's not lit.
Yeah. We'll be lit like this. We'll be like, oh,
yeah, woo. Yeah. We owe it to wrestling, man.
We do. It's I'm down to yell at a show again. It's been a long time. Just want to enjoy an Impact show one more time. It's a long time. All right, let's wrap it up. We're at our time here to wrap things up, guys. We don't want to go too late. I'll answer one last question. The first one I see here. Who would be perfect in today's Impact product in their prime? Abyss, Trinity, Monty Brown, or Chris Harris? That's a good one. I feel like in their prime, Chris Harris today could cut it, no doubt. That dude is a fucking machine.
What were the options again? Oh,
Abyss,
right in front of me.
Monty Brown, and Chris Harris.
I'm going to say Trinity because I loved her. She's actually part of the reason when I started watching, I was like, whoa, girls don't do that. Like, what did she just moonsault off the top of a cage in a men's match?
Yeah. She was wild, man.
She was nuts.
I wish we could get her on the pod. I'm gonna, Alicia. If we can get her for throwback, you have to be on that one.
I would love that. I would love to.
Goldie
I will come on.
Help us if we really want her to try. Goldie said she can try to help us out. So
That would be awesome. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
yeah, I think
Unsung hero of the women's division of Impact.
Totally, those two. I'm telling you, Goldie and Trinity, completely unsung heroes, man. I wish they would get more play. I really wish they would get more play.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we might have to call that favor in, guys, for throwback. We might have to tell Goldie, like, got to have you two on, man. See what we can do. We're like
Hit their ads.
Yeah. We're like, yeah, guys in the chat, at Trinity, Action Trinity on Twitter, and tell her you want her on Total Nonstop Impact. Seriously, blow her up and be like, we want you on Total Nonstop Impact. So I tried putting some word out there. I was tagging her in a few photos and stuff, but no play. She doesn't go on Twitter too much, but when she does, I think she might see it. So definitely
gotta lure in.
Lure in, man. Just fucking zoom in. There we go. But one quick question. I'll throw this one out there too. Do you guys think Bound for Glory is going to be better than Slammiversary? I think Slam is going to be very hard to top, but
I think it will be.
We'll see how they build it, right? I guess it all comes down to how they build it.
When do we have a scheduled time set for when they're going to do Bound for Glory?
Yeah, what is it? October 20th?
October. Okay, so we're sticking to October with that. You know what? I think they got plenty of time to build something up, and after their first experience with Slammiversary, they will be able to top it.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to expect big things at Bound for Glory. Are you kidding me?
So Basil's going down for the tapings on Wednesday. This is the Bound for Glory stretch now.
Okay.
He's going to tape. I don't get spoilers from him. Don't tell me anything. I don't want to know anything. So he just
That'd be
the only
bad.
thing that told me is,
That'd be bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
No spoilers. That's bad.
No spoilers at all. No spoilers. No, he just tells me like we're Slam. He was just like, he's like, you're gonna be real happy. That's all he told me. I'm like, it's good. That's all I need to know. Just tell me I'm gonna be happy. But Bound for Glory, I think there's a lot of pressure on them, right, to like deliver more than Slammiversary at this point. Like,
yes.
Like the match card was great for Slammiversary without all the big mystery behind. Oh, who's going to show up? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? The card by itself, that's all. I mean, we can still have a few surprises, like maybe something that they couldn't put together for Slammiversary. Something didn't work out. I got one specific one, and excuse me. Oh, pardon me. You know, they could do something with Bound for Glory with some kind of surprise, because I mean, you couldn't do 1,000 things at Slammiversary. So okay, 3-4 months down the road, okay, let's do a couple others, keep the hype going. Couple surprises. You still got to build up people like Brian Myers. I don't think the surprises are done there. You can absolutely knock it out of the park, because
women's tag team belts.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. There's a perfect one. But now the surprises are here, and we're going to see them get featured over the next couple months. You know, EC3 is going to do something probably with Moose. EY is going to do something. You're going to have new tag teams. Yeah, Bound for Glory is going to be sick, folks.
It is.
Yeah, there's just a lot added. I think they're conscious of the fact that they have to deliver. They cannot let anybody down. After what they delivered at Slam, they cannot let down Bound for Glory. So
I don't even think that's a worry.
Yeah, that's why they're doing the Eddie title stuff. Like that's why you got Motor City Machine Guns winning the tag titles. That's the first show after. I think they're very cognizant of what they need to do right now to keep these viewers from Slammiversary for the long haul. So I think they're Bound for Glory. I think you're going to see probably more focus on the card, like just having crazy good matches with more limit, because you can't do as many surprises as you did at Slammiversary, but maybe one or two big ones, and then obviously I think J Bone's hitting nail on the head, or maybe get with a stable of some kind. That could be because we didn't get that payoff at Slammiversary. Team Canada, Aces and Eights, maybe some new version of something. There's a lot of ways you could go with an angle at Bound for Glory as a surprise, along with just top quality matches, which this regime, pay-per-views, they do not disappoint.
All right, cool. I just want to mention one quick thing. I'm just looking at Shop Impact, and this is what I'm saying. The fact that there's not enough plugging of merchandise. Can I just share this really quick? I just want to share my screen, because the fact that they did not plug this and this is available blows my mind. Hang on. Check this out. Can you guys see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a Kiara Hogan and Tasha Steelz t-shirt out.
See? This is what I mean.
Brand new. That's
brand new. That wasn't there when I looked. Yeah, that's new.
And a new Taya shirt.
And a new Taya shirt. My guess is they'll talk about these on Tuesday.
Hopefully, they have to.
Awesome.
Look at how cool that is. And you can get multiple color options. I love that. I love that new feature. They're not talking about these things.
Talking about this stuff. I'm telling you, this is like.
I got my celebration gift certificate burning a hole right now. What do I get? What do I get?
I'm like, how do they not mention this? Look, you got Tasha.
I want one of each.
Look at that, different colors. That's fucking badass.
This is going to be rocking all the knockout shirts.
Look at that. It's just blowing my mind. I'm like, how did you guys not mention this? Like,
show that Taya one real quick.
Oh yeah, there you go. Hang on, let me go back to that.
We're loca.
What Loca's got a new T-shirt. Look at this.
We love the Loca.
Look at that.
I like that so much better. Yeah, that's so cute.
Awesome. She's wearing the
cool
blue,
tones.
Wearing the blue.
See, there you go.
See, that is perfect. The blue with that logo. I love that.
Really nice.
See, they need to start boosting these t-shirts. I didn't even know that those were options, and I looked not that long ago.
I'm serious.
We're all applying to be Don West right now.
We are not getting enough.
I'll get you a bag, and I'll put all this in there, and I'll give you a great deal.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, seriously, guys. Like, I know they plug.
Even their clearance. If you're looking for T-shirts for people who aren't there anymore, they still have Johnny Impact. They still got Brian Cage, Killer Cross. They for like $10, dude.
In a hat. Throw in a TNA hat.
Yeah, I'm serious. Like,
I think they're all small, but
like size.
They're running low.
Children's.
But you can
put them on your dogs, bro. Like it's something. Buy.
I'm saying, like, you could still score a couple of shirts. Like if you are an AEW fan, you're like, I want a Brian Cage t-shirt. Like, get it here. It's half the
seriously.
so yeah, just a little something I wanted to share. Like that's right there is a clear prime example. Like we didn't even know those shirts came out, and those should have been like on their feeds. Like, go get these fucking shirts.
But that they're in a featured match. They're going to have to promote those.
They have to.
If they're not, we're going to be all over them on Tuesday.
We'll be on their ass.
I tell you what, I know you're pointing out the T-shirts, but right next to that there was like the former champs things, and that's also in the clearance. They got Johnny Impact. They got
Phoenix.
Pentagon and Phoenix and Ty. I was like, now I did check that recently, and they don't have any of the signed ones left. But shoot, if you just want some cool stars, Taya's still there.
Yeah, I'd say check it out, guys, because if they're not promoting it, we'll at least make a mention of it every Sunday. But all right, guys, let's wrap it up. That was the Impact Plus Weekly, the open forum, Xplosion talk, a little bit of everything talk. So that was fun. That was really fun today. I enjoyed today's. Let's get our plugs in here. Alicia, where can people follow you? I know it's written, but just verbally for the audio listeners, where can they follow you?
You can find me at Alicia BKK on the Instagram and the Twitter.
That's where she spits uncensored fire, guys. You want unadulterated, uncensored takes on wrestling.
Not for the faint of heart.
Not for the faint of heart. Definitely get your side eye tweets for sure. That's where you go to get them, guys. No doubt. I think we got to play up Alicia and her side eye. We need an Alicia side eye t-shirt.
So is wondering.
All right, Bill, where are you at, man?
You can follow me on Twitter and get my takes on some things from time to time at William M. Gardner, Gardner. Usually I'll just kind of keep it Impact related, but sometimes you might see me talking about something else, and who knows, maybe publications or people might get to me someday, so you might see me going at them from time to time. But other than that, I'll keep it pretty. All right.
Nice. Hell yeah, keep that up. Jay, what about you? You got a ton of shit. We'll be here for a few minutes here now. Go ahead, Jay.
You can follow me over on that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast, where we're smashing all things wrestling. I know people were expecting some stuff from me over the weekend, and I'm sorry. It's just, just real life caught up with me, and I decided to take a couple days off because, like I said before, when I'm not on here, I'm doing mine. So it's like I'm doing stuff almost every day for something. So yeah, J-Bone needed a weekend. So, but you can follow Smash This Podcast, like I said, on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can find me personally on Twitter at JBone5150. That's JAYBONE 5150.
Very nice, guys. You can get me at Trent Zuberry on Twitter, HEMI Music on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, the show here on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at We Talk Impact, or just type in Total Nonstop Impact, and it comes right up. Audio, you can take the show on the go with you on audio if you're not watching live on Twitch or YouTube. You can take it on the go at Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify. Google Play, I know, is shifting to a new format. So if you're a Google listener on Google Podcasts, they're moving to a whole new format. I know we have to move with them. It hasn't happened yet, but if you are a Google listener, let us know if it's already affecting your feed or not. It should not be, but let us know if it is, and I'm working on it with them anyway to get that shifted over. But
is that a separate podcast thing, or
yeah, they're like, shifting.
Kind of like Spotify's doing or something.
Kind of like Google Music is moving to become YouTube Music now. So they're getting rid of Google Music, and then Google Play Podcast is becoming like Google Podcast now. Like they're just separating everything into Google instead of into branching off of YouTube. I don't know, it's weird.
Weird.
They're switching everything up at YouTube and Google. So, but yeah, if you're a Google Play listener, let tweet us at We Talk Impact. Let us know if you're already on the new platform, if you already started using it, or if not, just let us know.
I guess Google caught COVID.
Yeah, maybe. For anybody who listens to any of those feeds, please rate, review, and subscribe. Let us know if you do rate us, and you can leave us a cool comment. I'll read it on the show right here. Also, ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Get your T-shirts like Bill's holding right there. Get your T-shirts. If you buy a shirt, you can come on this show and hang out with us for the Impact Plus Weekly and talk open forum. Humble Beast, I believe, is buying a second shirt, and he's like, if I buy another shirt, can I come on? I'm like, actually, you never came on to claim your first spot. So I'm like, you can come and get. He's like, I'm like, you don't have to buy a second. I mean, you can buy a second one, but you can still come on for your first slot. So he's gonna come on next week for.
He made a brief appearance during the watch along.
Yeah, because he thought that counted. I go, no, that doesn't count. You have earned a Impact Plus Weekly spot. So I was like, yeah, definitely come on. If you do want to buy a second shirt, that's 2 appearances. So feel free to do it, man. But a lot of people have been asking to come on the show, guys. Like, people really want to come on the show. We have to keep it for people who did buy a shirt, because there's 4 or 5 other people who have shirt purchases who are going to let us know when they want to come on. So we have to keep open platforms for them first. So we can't fit everybody on the show. I know everybody wants to come on. But in the meantime, just keep your comments coming. Tweet us. We'll definitely incorporate you guys into everything as much as possible. Put your comments up or anything. But if you want to come on, just buy a shirt.
Yeah.
Just buy a shirt, you can come right on.
It's the golden ticket, folks.
Golden ticket, guys.
Hit them sales. We've had a few of them lately.
That's right. Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact, guys. Definitely go there, subscribe, cheer bits. Definitely get on the Twitch train, because Twitch is taking off huge, and we are super appreciative.
And I did hear a comment. It's a good idea. I don't know how to do it, but I'm sure we can get it done. Putting our schedule, the weekly schedule, on the Twitch page.
I wrote that down.
Okay.
We'll get it done. Yeah.
I did it on Twitter once. And it got a good reaction. I just did it one time a few weeks ago. But yeah, we'll do that for sure, guys. No doubt. Can we do that on Twitch itself? You can put that out there?
Yeah. The information below it, you can put whatever you want. There's a bunch of different things you can do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I know Truck Rog was saying what days are you guys actually on? So I need to plan this.
We're all about that Twitch, baby.
Twitch, man, I do love Twitch. Has been very good to us, so thank you guys. But definitely subscribe on YouTube as well. We definitely want to keep all platforms kicking and rolling. So, all right, I think that's gonna do it. Anything else, guys?
I think we've cleared it.
There's I'm talking with someone right now, and we'll have a little powwow after this. Someone's working with us to get some different looking merch out. So keep an eye out. We'll keep you guys posted.
Very nice, guys. On that note, thank you all for joining us for the Impact Plus Weekly Tuesday night watch along, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and then the full show Impact on Access TV review 30 minutes after Impact goes off the air Tuesday night. Guys, thank you very much. We will catch you then. See you, everybody.
Find me the name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday night impacting. His mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha skin manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascalz. And you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.